Hello everyone, welcome to EzzyBills webinar. Today's webinar is a walkthrough webinar for beginner Xero users. My name is Lee Fitzmaurice. I'll be the presenter, and today I'm going to step by step go through the new trial process. EzzyBill have a 30-day free trial. So I'll go through how to sign up a free trial account and then connect it to Xero, and then process your first bills, and then you can review bills in your Xero. And another thing I'm going to talk about how to keep your Xero contact up to date so we can match the supplier in your Xero contact. After that, I will briefly talk about how to process sale invoices and item code extraction and management approval, employee expense claim. Okay, before I dive right into it, I would like to briefly talk about EzzyBills. EzzyBill is a document processing software. And EzzyBill is fully integrated with Xero, QuickBooks Online, and MyOp, and NetSuite. And we also integrate with many job and inventory software. A popular one is Simple and Tidy. And we also integrate with some industry software, such as a software in carpet industry. And we are also try to integrate with software in the building industry as well. So EzzyBill is Xero recommended app. We have a lot of Xero users are using us. Compare with other Xero apps in this area, bill and expenses. The difference of EzzyBill is that we have a high level automation, which is 100% automatic. So we don't need you to manually type in the data or go into EzzyBill to tell us what to do. And we can put the thing into Xero automatically for you with item code and the line details. This comes to my second point with line details. We automatically process invoice with the line detail. This is a niche of our product. We can, because of that, we can do item code, and so you can manage inventory, do some job tracking. EzzyBill also has many advanced features for business. For example, management approval. We can support several levels of management approval. We also do job tracking. We can do it automatically. If you can tell us how to do it based on the invoice data, and we also support employee expense claim and customize the business workflow. Now let's get to how to set up an EzzyBill free trial. This is our website, and it's ezzybill.com. And when you get on our website, you will see clear try EzzyBill for free. It's a 30-day free trials. And you can just put a username. You can put a, generally we recommend to put your company name. For example, if you are a bookkeeping practice, you can put your bookkeeping and then put in your email and put a password in, and then put your phone number and put your location. Here I just choose Australian and choose what you integrate with. You can integrate with Xero, but if you have other clients, you can integrate with MyOp, QuickBook, etc. You know, NetSuite and Simple. But in this demo, we will integrate with Xero. Okay, so now we have a brand new EzzyBill trial account. And so when you you will be automatically logged into it at the end, and then there's a button to connect to Xero.
Yeah.
So it will ask your permission. So EzzyBill would like to access this is your company name. So do you want us to access it? You say allowed access, but if you have many companies in your Xero, so you need to choose a Xero company name. Then you say allowed access. Okay, so once connect to Xero, we really don't require much from you at all, so you can simply just process your first bill. You will be given a dedicated email address. In this case, is the bookkeeping company name and at ezzybill.com. Um, there's so you can email bills here. For 70% of the bills that sent to us is coming from email. Another 30% either is coming from direct file upload or coming from our phone app, or sometimes people use a scanner to scan multiple invoice into a PDF file. You can upload the PDF file to us. You can also sync your email address to EzzyBill, but in this webinar, we are not going to go through that. This is a brand new feature. It will save you huge amount of time in process your AP email. But in this webinar, only talk about the traditional way process. Um, so in this case, I would just select a file to process. I have some invoice. This is a buying invoice I'm choosing. You can choose multiple to process. So once you upload it, we'll start to process your invoice immediately. So you can say now there's a invoice tile appeared. So on the bottom left, you will see 7-digit number, start with 5, and that's our doc ID. So if you have any inquiry about any invoice, you can cite this number. So we'll process straight away. In about 20-30 seconds, we will get the data into Xero for you. Yep, so it's done. And if you move your mouse away, so you will see the image of the invoice, but if you move your mouse, computer mouse over the invoice tile, you will see the detailed data, and it will tell you the summary information and the invoice number, date, and the star here mean this invoice contain tables. We extract the table for you. We tell you the total and tax amount. And this bill is already exported to Xero, and so we provide a link so you can easily see the bill in Xero. So I just click the link Xero, so you can see the bill we exported into Xero already. In this case, we extract all the line details. We have a description, we have quantity, unit price, the account code we also provided, and this is based on your invoice history in your Xero. So however you would like to code in the however you coded in the past, and we'll use it, and then we code it the same way for the future bill. So we basically look into your invoice history up to about 3 months, and then we'll look at your invoice data. We can also, based on the description, to find the matching account code. If on one invoice the account code is different for different line, we just use the description to find a different ones. We also get a GST for you. The GST can be mixed and can be same, doesn't matter. So we can do it. In this case, I haven't enabled the item code extraction, but we can do it. It's just in the EzzyBill setting. So if you enable item code, we will be able to provide this for you. You can do the tracking and inventory in Xero. Okay, so this is just a burning bill. A lot of EzzyBill customers are in this trade business, electrical contractor and plumbers, and in different construction industry. Next, I'm going to upload a food bill. Yeah, we have a lot of customers in the restaurant business, and they really like line details so they can track the expense uh, in different detailed categories. So basically, all the invoice we process, we put into, if you go to your Xero, go to business and bills to pay, and go to draft. So all the EzzyBill, we send every bills into Xero draft. So most of our customer, at the beginning they sign up trial, and when everything goes well, they seldom log into EzzyBill. So they basically just basically use email to upload invoice to Xero, to upload invoice to us, then we get to Xero, because most of their bill coming to your AP email. So there's no need to print out, it just automatically process. And some of them automatically forward all their bills from the AP email to us. So we can tell, which bill is, which invoice contain a bill, which invoice doesn't contain a bill. If the invoice contain a statement, and we don't process the bill, etc. So we do have a lot of intelligence in processing email. For the food bill, I just uploaded, so it came to Xero. You can see all the information, and there's a link to Xero. We can have a quick look. So this is a bill has a lot of line, and this is the scanned, and some of the line, for example, the last one has a GST, and the others don't have. That's okay. We can just automatically determine. So we put in the Xero for you. But generally, for our customer, so if you don't use approval or any of the management approval process, all your bill will direct go into draft. So generally on the your normal cycle of doing bookkeeping. So if you have a client, you do bookkeeping, say once a week. If they have a lot of bill, so you basically don't even need to log into Xero. Just generally you just upload the invoice to EzzyBill via email, and then once a week, or once fortnight, or once a month, depend on the volume. So you just come to your client's Xero account, go into the draft. You can say EzzyBill put so many already there for you, so you can just go through it, and everything was good in approval, and then approve and go next. So it's a really very straightforward process. It's quite quick and efficient. You can modify. Next time we see the change you make, the same supplier, we're going to use the same one. So basically that's what you're going to do. So on the weekly or whatever schedule you have, you just come into Xero in the draft and approve all the invoice. So I just go through the first 4 steps. Another thing I want to mention is the Xero contact. Xero contact is very important. So for the supply, we need to match the supply with your Xero contact. It is important when you have a Xero contact, you for example, I can just looking at some, for example, this Xero contact, and we use your Xero contact data to find the matching supply. And generally, we recommend you put the AB number in here. So when we extract AB number from the invoice, we can match directly. So we can match exactly which supply to use. Another thing is for a specific supply, if you know what account code you want to use, you can also put in there. If this supply always use cost of goods sold, you can put there. If you don't put in, that's it, fine. We can use your invoice history to determine. And another thing I want to mention is the invoice, the bill due date. You can set up the bill due date here, and then we're going to use. So basically, if you keep the Xero contact data for the supply up to date, we should be matching the supply on the invoice and with the supply in Xero very accurately. Even though for some of our customers, they have one supply they have several supply with the same AB numbers, we can still use some other information to tell exactly which one of the three similar supply is the one. So we don't really have to create a new supply for you. And some of the other software, they routinely create a lot of different supply similar name for you, but we have the method to match very accurately with your supply in Xero. Okay, let's. Okay, so I just go through the basic steps for the new try and the process the first month bills. In here, I only show you, how to upload the bill by drag and drop or to select file. The most common way is actually by email. So in this example, I'm going to say upload another bill, and so you basically just upload like that. And if you receive, you can forward us. We can process bill in different format. We can process bill within email body. That's also fine. And each email can contain multiple bills. That's also fine. And we can also process bill in the email body, but with a hyperlink. So we can also process those kind of bill as well. So basically, EzzyBill is a very powerful way and to process your document. And we have so many pathways for you to upload the invoice and receipts. The next one, I'm going to talk about more about the other features. For example, sale invoice extraction. So basically by default, this is a brand new trial account. So you really haven't touched anything on the sale invoice. Okay, just the email upload I just did, it just comes through. So you can see it's being processed right now. Okay, so all these process so far are going to bill in the draft. A third of about 30% of our document coming through the EzzyBill actually is sale invoices. And how to process sale invoice? So I just show you, for each new trial user, each new user, we have a brand new EzzyBill account. But what all you need to do to add a little bit more information, put a .sale in the email address. So we will treat it as a sale invoice. And there is other way to upload sale invoice. For some customers, they only process sale invoice. So you can tick this. if you tick this and then you save, and we're also going to process sale invoice. But in this case, we just process everything in sale invoice. But if you want to both process a bill and sale invoices, so you untick it, and most customers just happy to use this email to process sale invoice. We also have other ways like automatically detect sale invoice. So everything, all the information is on our website. So if you want to find out some new things, you want to try out a new different feature, EzzyBills, so just go to our website, user guide, and underneath there's a Xero. You're going to find everything you need there. For example, the sale invoice processing that's here, and there's also other things I'll talk about. So EzzyBill is very popular with for people to use to process sale invoice. The reason is often a company may use a third-party software to generate sales, and the third-party software is not connected to Xero in any way. So they want to get their sale invoice into Xero. So they use EzzyBill as a bridge. So we do that easily. We can automatically detect the client name and all the line detail to put in to sale invoice for you. Okay, another thing I like to quickly mention is the item extraction. So in my demo, I haven't really shown you item extraction. So if you do want item code, if you manage them inventory or track things in Xero, you just simply go to settings and go down a little bit, and there is a load item, a stock invoice. You tick that, and so this one is guest item code. So based on description, so you can choose tick this or you choose untick it. So this one basically we can use a description to matching the item code. If the supply item code is different from the one you have in Xero, so after you've done that, you just save the settings. Then now you can process and the bill again. So in this case, we will give you the item code. Okay, that's quite straightforward. And so management approval in EzzyBills. So what so far I have shown you is everything you upload, we go immediately in export to Xero. So you don't need approval or anything. But some cases, manager need to approve the bill before going to Xero. So we can do that. So basically, it's also a setting change. Okay, in this, and okay, this is the top, and this is the enable. If you want to enable approval workflow, you can choose 2-level workflow. If you only have one manager in one company to approve all the bills, you can put the manager name in. So, okay, I will just, just quickly. So I once done that, I save a setting, and then if I process another bill, and this time it will go in, will email to your manager, and their manager that can then just approve the bill. So that's another thing. Okay, another thing is employee expense claim. So that I will really talk about it only briefly. So that's also, say we already emailed to the manager, in this case, actually my email. So in the email, there's a button to approve and reject, or you want to modify the email, add notes, so whatever. So it's quite good. So once the manager approve, we will send to Xero. Then and we also send the approval report to Xero as attachment. Okay, I'm going to go through employee expense claim. For all this advanced, the different non-default feature, I only go through today, very quickly. We have other webinars that only cover specific for that area. You can watch. For example, the employee expense claim. So basically, you just set up there. So for example, if employee name is Jeff, and his email is it's Jeff. Type in Jeff. Say normally we put his manager email. For example, his manager is Adam. So you put a manager email in. If Jeff, pay the expense from his own pocket, so you tick that. If it doesn't, you just untick it. If the manager need approval, you just leave it like this. If you don't want the manager to approval, you tick bypass. So I just sorry. And after you make changes, you just say save changes. So then the employee Jeff is set up, and he can email his receipt to this email account, or he put the name Jeff in the EzzyBills mobile app. So that way we know it's a Jeff employee expense claim. So recently we have a user set up a lot of, just like over 50, employee in the portal, then everything is covered and it's very efficient. And also you can, EzzyBills also can process the spend money transaction. For example, if you have, business a NAB credit card, and the last 4 digits credit card, and you put the last 4 digits there, and then often is it's not my, this company credit card. You set it up, then you save changes. Then if you upload the receipt to this email address, or if you use NAB in the EzzyBills phone app as alias, and we're going to process the document as spend money transaction, not as bill. So EzzyBills does have a lot of advanced features to process different kind of a document, if it's bills or spend money or employee expense claim, or sale invoice, and we can also process purchase order directly into Xero. So we do have a lot of advanced features that you can use. So as beginning, we normally recommend you just start with something really simple, and then once you test through different stage, then you say, okay, I want to use this feature and that feature, and then you can just look up on our website and find out how to do it. We do have different webinars, past webinar recording. We also have videos you can watch, and alternatively you can call us or email us. You can email to us or give us phone calls, and we will help you through. So basically, yeah, that's my presentation. And if you have any questions, you can just click Q&A here and let me know. So let me see. Okay, I'm just waiting for someone to questions. So any questions, you just type in the Q&A, and I will be able to see it. Okay, we have our first questions. Okay, pricing. EzzyBill has a very transparent pricing. So it's on our website, and if you go to EzzyBill's website, you will see the pricing. And this is a pricing. So if you are our partner, which is a bookkeeping or accounting partners, you can use any of the subscriptions. So it's starting from the live subscription is only $100. That's for 1 year. So you can share with as many clients as you wanted, but there is a usage limit. There's 700 invoices. So once you can choose different options depending on usage. You can start with something small. If you use up within say 3-4 months, and then you can just renew with another one. We can automatically renew for you. But once you know how much you use, you might say, I want to purchase a bigger one. I have 100 clients on you, so you might want to choose the premium one, in which it's roughly about 10 cents per document, and $2,500 you can process 25,000 invoices. That's a lot. So our biggest end of partner, they tend to use a big plan. As beginning the trial users, our partner, they tend to go with something smaller. So that's okay. Okay, there's another question. How do you allow staff to submit expense they have paid for themselves, but also summaries that they use company credit card to pay for? Okay, so that's a question coming from Aaron. He said some of the employees, sometimes they pay expense from their own pocket, and the other time they use company credit card. How do we need to set them up twice in EzzyBill, or is it another ways? Yes, the question, yes, we need a setup twice. So you probably need a setup for the employee, and that's when they pay themselves, you set up once, and then you set up another one for the company credit card. The company credit card might be used by multiple people, but that's fine. So on their mobile phone app, you can just let them log into the same EzzyBill account twice, and each time have one of them have an alias only for with their name. That's basically they pay by from their own pocket. Another with like a credit card name, like for example the NAB credit card. So with two different aliases, and so they can easily switch between them. Okay, another question is how to set up a HQ account. Okay, I didn't mention about HQ account. HQ account is if you are a bookkeeping practice or accounting practice, you have a lot of clients, you want to EzzyBill, we have something called HQ account. So basically you go into settings, and I think it's under advanced options, and then yeah, so upgrade to a HQ account. So then you just upgrade to HQ account. With that, you should be able to say there's a dashboard. You can see all the user quite easily. So basically click here, and once you finish, you log off and then log back in, and there will be HQ account showing right here. If you have time, I will demonstrate a bit more. I'll just going to look at another questions. I have also a few other questions. Okay, if you are uploading a bulk bill in a single PDF, then how the system process each bill contained in a single PDF, especially when the bill have more than 1 pages? Okay, and this is a question from Vasant, and the question is, how do we separate multiple invoice in a PDF document? So we do come there quite often. So we can process them and separate into multiple bills. By default, we have this setting is on, so you don't need to do anything. This setting just on, called auto separate. So if you upload a scanned PDF with 10 bills in it, well, some of the bill has 3 pages, others has 1 pages, that's okay. And we will be able to automatically separate it for you. So we use many things on the document to looking for where to separate, for example, invoice number, and also the page, page number, also the supply name. We use multiple, matches to determine that. So we will be able to separate for you. Okay, and then just looking for another questions. Okay, so I basically answer most of the question. Okay, there's one more thing I like actually show you. So normally when you set up free trial, you start with one EzzyBill account. So once you done that, you say, okay, I really love EzzyBill. I want to set up several different clients. So what would you do is you go to setting, you log into this single one, go to setting, you add a new account. So once you finish it, you're gonna have a second. You would have a second account. Okay. Just okay. So you, for example, you just set up a second account and you say register. And that's the question most often asked. So once you register the second one, so you need to connect to different Xero. So you would have to go through the same step. You connect to different Xero company, but this time you need to choose different Xero company. So with that, you can set up multiple. So this is the second account. Then you can just go to setting and set up a third one. So all of them will be under here. So currently you have the top one is we call primary account, and then that's the one of the client account. You can set up multiple. A lot of our partners have a huge list here, and with that you can just have one subscription. So make sure when you purchase subscription is on the primary account. This is the primary, the first one you set up, and then you just go click buy to buy subscriptions, and then the subscription can cover all your clients. Okay. Where can I say? Okay, there's another question is where can we say archive the bills? Okay, for all the bills, we will keep for at least 7 years for tax audit purpose. So if you, like here, we normally only show 10 invoice. If you process more than 10, you go search and prove. And then if you want to show all, you just see all of them. And each time we tend to show about 10, you can show more. This is a 10 document. You can say, I want to say 100, that's fine. And show them all. And if you have more than 100, you can go click next. But generally, if you know specifically what you're looking for example, if you have approval, you say, okay, I want to say all my waiting approval, so that's all the approval. If you want to say, I want to specific supply, so you want to put a bunning in, you show all, so all the bunning invoice will show up. So this is a search function, but it is also, you can think about it as a folder. So if you search bunning, all the bunning invoice will come up. It's like there is a folder for bunning for this supply. So our search and improve is extremely powerful. You can search multiple things. For example, you can search the invoice number, or we're just going to find it. And you can search, file name. You can search the date. If you put a month in there, we should find all the invoice, on the months. So it is quite powerful way to find whatever you upload in the past. There are a lot of advanced feature I'm not covering really today. So we can have a customized workflow. EzzyBill also have a lot of we call web app, like statement reconciliation. We can allow you to download invoice history. You can download price history, price check. So many things we also integrate with Google Drive. So EzzyBill is really a software that designed to make a business process streamlined and simple and fast and easy. So if you have any questions, if you want to use any of the advanced features, welcome to contact us and or looking through our web guide. So I think I answer all the questions, and thank you very much for coming to these webinars, and I will send out this webinar recording to you just in a day or two. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Yeah, bye.